Hello dear students, my name is Swapnil Wagh. I am Assistant Professor in Botany at Arts, Commerce and Science College, Chandwad. First of all, I welcome you all in TYBSc Botany. In this semester, I am going to teach you Spermatophyta and Paleobotany. Spermatophyta and Paleobotany divided into the three parts. First one is Gymnosperms, second one is Angiosperms, and last one is the Paleobotany. We are going to start chapter 1, that is Introduction to Gymnosperm. See the first slide. What is meant by Gymnosperms? Actually, Gymnosperms is a small group of plants with naked seeds. Gymno means naked and sperm means seeds. See this term Gymnosperms. Gymno means naked and sperm means seeds. It is actually the small group of plant. You already studied various groups of plants like algae, fungi, bryophyte. These are the lower cryptogams. Then pteridophyte, gymnosperm and the angiosperm. Pteridophytes are the higher cryptogams, while gymnosperm and the angiosperm are the spermatophytes. Then see second point, Gymnosperm consists 70 genera and 725 species. Smallest number of species, that is 725, belongs to Gymnosperm, and highest number of species belong to Angiosperm, more than 3 lakh species. Then Gymnosperm includes evergreen plants as well as shrubs. Gymnosperms include evergreen plants as well as shrubs. Then see, Gymnosperms evolved in Mesozoic era. According to, if you studied the geological time scale, then you found that the Gymnosperm, they evolved in Mesozoic era. Gymnosperm, they are cosmopolitan in their distribution, means they occur throughout the world. They found everywhere, but number of species is less. This is actually a brief introduction of Gymnosperms. Then see the next slide, general characters of Gymnosperms. See Gymnosperms, I already told that Gymno means naked. Naked in Marathi डोळ्याला दिसणारी. Sperm means seeds. Means seeds, they are not enclosed inside ovary. They are naked. This is known as Gymnosperms. Then Gymnosperms are evergreen, woody, perennial. Perennial means they required more than 2 years to complete their life cycle. Annual means if a plant complete its life cycle within 1 year, then it is known as annual. Biennial means some plants require 2 years to complete their life cycle, and perennial means they required more than 2 years to complete their life cycle. It may be 20, 50, 100, 400 years. With shrubby or tree-like habit. There are different types of habit. You already studied in FYBSc. For example, climbers are there, herbs are there, shrubs are there, trees are there. Out of that, generally Gymnosperm, they have shrubby as well as tree-like habit. Then most Gymnosperms show xerophytic characters. You know the xerophytic characters. Xerophytes, they are generally found in somewhat dry habitat. They have sunken stomata. Then they may have spines. Then they may have their leaf surface somewhat shiny. They reflect light. They may shed their leaves. These are the some characters of xerophytes, and Gymnosperms show the xerophytic characters. Then see next point, plant body is known as sporophyte, consisting stem, root and leaves. Actually every plant group having two forms or two generations, that is sporophytic generation and second one is the gametophytic generation. Every plant group, algae, fungi, bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm or angiosperm. In gymnosperm, sporophyte is the dominant phase. What is meant by sporophyte? Sporophyte means spore producing plant body is known as sporophyte. It may produce some type of spores inside sporangia. For example, microspores, megaspores, this type of spores they produce, therefore the plant body is known as sporophyte. And actually this plant body consists stem, root and leaves, means true root, stem and leaves are present. In lower cryptogams like algae, fungi and bryophyte, true roots, stem and leaves are absent. Therefore here it is the true root system or stem or leaves are present and the plant body is the sporophytic, means they produce spores. Then see next point, two types of leaves present in gymnosperm. One is the foliage, for example it is also known as green leaves, and scaly, somewhat brownish and hard woody leaves is known as scaly leaves. These two types of leaves found on gymnosperm. For example, if you see the cycas plant, this is stem, then these are the roots, then at the uppermost part or at the tip of stem, these large leaves are known as foliar leaves. These are generally green in color. These leaves are green in color. Actually foliage leaves are green in color and they are responsible for photosynthesis. They are responsible for the photosynthesis. These leaves are green in color and they are responsible for photosynthesis. For example, cycas, they form crown-like structure at the top of stem, these green leaves. Then second one is the scaly. These scaly leaves, they are not green in color, they are somewhat brownish, they are tough, they are woody and they are found on stem. They are found on stem. What is the function? Actually these scaly leaves, they may protect the plant from some pest or insects. They are generally found on stem. They are found on stem. These two types of leaves, foliage leaves are responsible for photosynthesis and scaly leaves, they generally provide protection to the plant. These are the two types of leaves generally found in gymnosperms. Then see the next point, co-joint, open and endarch vascular bundle are present in gymnosperm. You studied the different type of vascular bundle in SYBSc. Here see co-joint. What is meant by co-joint? If xylem and phloem is present and they lie side by side, it is known as co-joint. Then open means actually the cambium is present between xylem and phloem, then it is known as open. Endarch, if xylem toward inside, then it is known as endarch. This type of vascular bundle is known as co-joint, open and endarch vascular bundle present in gymnosperms. Co-joint means xylem and phloem present and they lie side by side. Open means the xylem and phloem, they are present and they have the cambium ring in between them. For example, this is xylem and outer side this is phloem, then this one is the cambium ring. Endarch means the xylem toward inside and phloem toward the outside. This is known as endarch. Then plant show distinct alternation of generation, that is gametophytic and the sporophytic. Actually sporophytic is the dominant phase, it produces spores, while gametophytic is the recessive phase and it produces gametes. These are the two type of phases generally seen in gymnosperms. Then xylem tissue lack vessels, only tracheids are present. What is the role of vessels or tracheids? These are responsible for conduction of water. Xylem tissue is divided into 4 types of cells. For example, vessels, tracheids, xylem parenchyma, and fibers. Out of that, these gymnosperm lack vessels while tracheids are present, and these tracheids are responsible for conduction of water in gymnosperm. Only 2 exceptions in gymnosperm, that is gnathum and ephedra. These 2 gymnosperm, they have vessels. These are 2 exceptions. Then secondary growth is present in root as well as stem. Means secondary growth means there is a formation of secondary xylem and secondary phloem inside vascular bundle twice in year is known as secondary growth. This point or secondary growth is already you studied in SYBSc. This secondary growth means formation of secondary xylem and secondary phloem is also present in gymnosperm. What is role of secondary growth? Secondary growth is responsible to increase the girth or diameter of the stem. The plant, the stem of the girth of stem in every plant, in every gymnosperm increase due to the secondary growth. Then see next point, gymnosperm lack the companion cells. These companion cells are actually the part of phloem. Phloem is made up of sieve tube elements, companion cells, then phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Out of that, gymnosperm lack companion cells. These companion cells are actually associated with sieve tube elements. If you know the cells of phloem, then sieve tube elements are elongated, some look like pipe, and these companion cells, they are associated with that elongated sieve tube elements. What is the role of companion cells? Companion cells actually dump the food material from leaves to the sieve tube elements, but these companion cells are generally absent in gymnosperms. Gymnosperm bears cones and strobili. Cones and strobili. Most of time cones are unisexual. Most of times cones are unisexual, and sometime it may be the bisexual. Gymnosperm bears cones. They are generally, if you know the cycas plant, in cycas 2 types of cones are formed, male cone and the female cone. How these cones are formed and what is this, if you know the structure of these cones have a central axis on which generally some sporophylls they born. For example, if male cone is there, then microsporophyll born on a central axis. If female cone is there, then megasporophylls, they are born on central axis, and inside that some sporangia means small spaces are there inside microsporophyll or megasporophyll, and that small spaces is known as megasporangia or microsporangia, and inside that space some spores are produced. For example, in male cone microspore and in female cone megaspore. Then see male cone. What is meant by male cone? I already told that it consists central axis on which microsporophyll are arranged. These microsporophyll bear microsporangia in which microspore are present. This is about the male cone. Then see next one is the female cone. Female cone. See, this is central axis, for example, and these are the, if microsporophyll are actually compactly arranged on the central axis. Microsporophyll are compactly arranged on the central axis, and in this way it forms a strobili or cone. This type of cone at the top of stem is present in cycas. Actually this is the central axis, then these are the microsporophyll, compactly arranged microsporophyll, and inside that small spaces are there, it is known as microsporangia, and inside microsporangia microspores are formed. This is about the male cone. This is about the male cone. Then second one, see female cone. What is meant by female cone? Female cone, it consists central axis in which megasporophyll are arranged. Megasporophyll are arranged loosely. This megasporophyll bears ovules. Now in female cone, central axis is there on which loosely arranged megaspores are there, and on which that megaspore central at the axial means the angle between the central axis and the megasporophyll is known as axial. This angle is known as axial. Inside that axial some ovules are born. This is structure of female cone. Then ovules are generally orthotropous and single integument is present on ovule. See what is meant by orthotropous ovule. In this type of ovule, actually this type of ovule is erect, straight, so that funicle, chalaza, micropyle lie one and the same vertical line, as in membranes of Polygonaceae and Piperaceae. These are the two families. Orthotropous means erect ovule. For example, see here, this is the orthotropous ovule. Some limitations are there, but it is okay. If we take a section, then you found this type of structure. This is known as micropyle, somal opening, then nucellus, then female gametophyte, then chalaza. This is chalaza, and last one is the funicle. These all are lie in the straight line. These all lie in the straight line. This is known as orthotropous, erect ovule. And single integument, outer covering is a single. Outer covering is known as integument, and it is single in this type of ovule. Then anemophilous pollination is present in gymnosperm. What is meant by anemophilous? Anemophilous means pollination takes place by wind is known as anemophilous pollination, and generally this type of pollination seen in gymnosperms. Endosperm form before fertilization. Endosperm is actually formed before fertilization. This is the important point. In angiosperm, endosperm form after fertilization. What is the role of endosperm? Endosperm provide nourishment to the developing embryo. Actually endosperm provide nourishment to the developing embryo. Then see the polyembryony is present in gymnosperm. What is meant by polyembryony? Polyembryony means formation of more than one embryo is known as polyembryony, and it also present in gymnosperm. In few plant groups it is absent, but this is also the second important character of gymnosperm, that is polyembryony is present in gymnosperm. Then ovule after fertilization transform into seed, embryo form inside the ovule. These naked ovules, they after fertilization form the naked seeds. These are the characters, general characters of gymnosperm. I hope you understand the general characters of gymnosperms. Then see the economic importance of gymnosperms. What are the economic importance? First one is the wood. Most important thing, gymnosperm wood is very hard and tough, therefore it is useful for production of timber. Also it is used for making furniture, all type of furniture like sofas, beds, then windows, doors, etc. Then railway sleepers, because this wood is very hard, durable and tough, therefore it is very essential for making furniture, then railway sleepers, then bridges. Then second one, two types of wood generally seen in gymnosperm, hardwood and the softwood. Then second, softwood making the toys. Toys means खेळणे, लहान मुलांचे खेळणे, toys. Then examples, some examples of gymnosperm: Pinus roxburghi. The wood of Pinus roxburghi is used to make furniture. Then Pinus pinaster, this is second species of Pinus, it is also used to make furniture. Then Calitris verrucosa, this is used to make railway sleepers and bridges. These are some examples of gymnosperms. Then see, second one is the resins. Several conifers yield resins. Three types of resins generally obtained by gymnosperms: hard resin, then oleoresin, then gum resin. These are the three types of resins obtained from gymnosperms. Some turpentines products also obtained from conifers. Conifers means two resins, three: hard resin, oleoresin and gum resin, and also turpentine. Turpentine is used to color or is used for doors as well as our windows, furnitures, because it increase the durability of our furniture. जे उदय म्हणतो ना आपण, उदय लागत नाही त्याच्यासाठी टर्पेंटाईन मारलं जातं दारांना, खिडक्यांना, सोफा, फर्निचरला. Turpentine products obtained from conifers actually. Then see Canada balsam. How Canada balsam we made by Abies balsamia. This is the species which is used to make Canada balsam. Then Bordeaux turpentine made by Pinus pinaston. This is the species, it is used to make Bordeaux turpentine. These are some important species to make resins and turpentines. Then see essential oils. Oils obtained from gymnosperm used in perfumery and soap industry. Different perfumes as well as soaps, they are made by using different oils. And for making these different perfumery and soaps, some gymnosperms are used. For example, Tsuga canadensis, this is the one species, and Picea glauca, this is the another species used to make essential oils. Then in paper industry, wood of conifers used in the paper industry, wood of conifers. Then edible seeds of Pinus gerardiana or Pinus roxburghi are edible. Pinus, two species of Pinus, that is Pinus gerardiana and Pinus roxburghi, are edible. The next one, ornamental. Some gymnosperm grow in garden, for example Cycas revoluta. You may know the Cycas plant, Ginkgo biloba. It is also second important gymnosperm, generally grow in garden. Then last one, as a food. Some gymnosperm we used as a food. For example, Zamia is the rich source of starch. Rich source of starch means carbohydrate. And Cycas revoluta stem and seeds used for making wine. Cycas revoluta stem and seeds for making wine. These are the economic importance of gymnosperms. For example, wood, resins, essential oils, paper industry, ornamentals, and as a food. Then last part is the classification of gymnosperm according to Chamberlain. Chamberlain given classification of gymnosperm in 1934. According to him, gymnosperm divided into two classes and the 7 orders. See, class 1 is the cycadophyte and class 2 is the coniferophytes. What are the characters of these cycadophytes? Cycadophytes are actually the small plants, unbranched stem. For example, cycas, you know, in cycas there is unbranched stem. Then compound leaves, for example, foliage leaves are present at the top of stem in cycas. Then monozylic wood, monozylic means soft wood is present in cycas. This is for your this is example. Cycas is the example, and these are the characters: small plant, unbranched stem, branching is absent, compound leaves, for example, foliar leaves are present on top of stem. Then monozylic means soft wood is present in cycadophytes. Then see class 2, coniferophytes. These are generally trees. Then branch, stem is branch, not. Then simple leaves are present, and wood is the pycnozylic means hardwood present in coniferophytes. These are the two classes. Then cycadophytes divided into the 3 orders. First one, cycadophylicales and bennettitales, and last one is the cycadales. Out of these 3, these 2 are the extinct and fossil, cycadophylicales and bennettitales. These 2, they become extinct as well as fossils, in the form of fossils. Then last one is the cycadales. Then in coniferophytes, chordatails, first order is the chordatails. Then second one is the jingoales, third one is the coniferales, and last one is the gnatales. Out of these 4, chordatails are generally totally extinct. These chordatails are totally extinct, and cycadales, then jingoales, coniferales and gnatales are living. These 4 orders, cycadales, then jingoales and coniferales and gnatales, these are living orders, while cycadophylicales, bennettitales and chordatails, they are extinct, totally extinct. Means Chamberlain divided gymnosperm into 2 classes and the 7 orders. This is the simple classification according to Chamberlain. He given this classification in 1934. I hope you understand the lecture, and for this lecture I refer some books, some reference book. You may refer these books. These are the good books for studying gymnosperms. First one is the Bhatnagar SP and Moitra Alok in 1996. His book published by New Age International. Then Chamberlain CJ in 1934. This is also one good book. Then Sporn, last one, the Morphology of Gymnosperm. These are the some references. You may use these references for study gymnosperms. I hope you understand the lecture. In next lecture we meet again. Thank you.